I am Karma. Welcome and congratulations for having the courage to face your karma, good and bad. My timeless messages are for anyone that needs to hear them, and if you tapped on this video, then they're meant for you. So the main character of the energy that Divine Spirit wants me to reveal to the collective is the Hangman. So, what does the Hangman mean? The Hangman is a person that is done with normal. The Hangman is an energy that wants more. The Hangman is the energy that has questions that aren't being answered. Seeing things from a new perspective is something that will benefit you at this time. Enlightenment occurs when we step outside of the box and look at things differently. I feel like the Hangman is a risk taker, but within reason. You're looking for answers and you're not satisfied with normal. So doing things differently or looking at things from a different perspective will help you at this time. You're a free-spirited individual that resists the status quo because you're honest with yourself. You see life the way it is, as you see life for what it is. Surrender to illusions of control. Well, maybe. Maybe. This Hangman could also mean that you are in a place in your life where you don't feel like you're in control. Where your life is being turned upside down and all around. You don't know which way is up and which way is down. Is what I'm getting. It's not all good. These messages can't be all good because life is not all good. So looking at the yin and the yang is more beneficial than staying positive all the time. And I just got that specific. That was specific. There's a bright side and a more shadowy, darker side to every energy. This Hangman card is no exception to that. The Hangman also means sacrifice. It means giving something up that you care about or that you're used to for the sake of the greater good of yourself. Whether it's time, energy, monetary materials, or a mindset, it's time to reconsider your normal right now. Maybe you got to add something to take something out to gain this new perspective, to gain this awareness, this enlightenment that your spirit and your soul is wanting at this time. So moving on, that's the main energy, the Hangman. The supporting role to that we have here is the Page of Swords. Gaining clarity in your situation is what you want right now. Maybe things are a bit hazy for you. Maybe you're just trying to see through the fog. With these clouds right here, you are moving towards a new way of thinking, living, acting, behaving that will in turn clear the smoke in your life and diffuse your life of any confusion. The Page of Swords is a young spirit of diversity, and ambition. And he's also ready to move forward to find his clarity. He's willing to fight for that as well. In the Page of Swords, his body is facing forward, but his head is turned back. So maybe you have to revisit something of your past in order to keep moving forward, or revisit something that is now behind you in order to gain clarity of what direction you want to go in. Whether it's a person, a place, or a thing, sometimes it is very beneficial for us to travel back in time, not physically. Don't ever go back to something that was unhealthy for you. Don't ever go back to something that has hurt you in any way. I mean spiritually, I mean energetically, mentally, in your mind. Maybe a time that triggered expansion. And these times are not good. These times don't feel good all the time. You need to face something that you've been through in the past to continue forward, is what I'm saying, simply put. This energy is in support of the hangman because maybe that is what is required to gain that new perspective. Looking back on your life isn't the only option either. You can look back on something that you've seen in someone else's life. The way we learn lessons doesn't just come from our own experiences. It comes from what we see in each other. I like that. We learn from each other's mistakes. We learn from each other's triumphs. Almighty Most High does not leave anything out. It communicates with us through anything and everything and everyone. Okay? I'm gonna move on from that now because we have a second supporting role. And the second supporting role here is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a man of certainty. Now, when I say man, I'm just referring to what is pictured here. You can be a woman or a man that is in this energy, okay? And this is an energy in support of the main energy here, which is the hangman. So, what does this mean? This means the divine spirit wants you to tap into your king energy. Plant your feet sturdy on the ground. Tap into who you are. Use your experiences to help you fall in love with you. The King of Wands is about having a stable foundation. The King of Wands is about authority, stability, accomplishment. So in order to gain this new perspective that you are looking for, confidence. I just got the word confidence. Your spirit wants you to be more confident in who you are and be confident in who you're not as well. Stand on your own moral values. Let's get some clarity for this energy here. What do you need them to know? Thank you. Interesting. So 2 popped out. I usually pull 1, but when they pop out like in this way, I have to take them. So additional messages regarding the hangman card. What I have on my table is the art of not giving a F with attention to the throat chakra. And I have the customer is always right with attention to the root chakra. Not giving a fuck is very, very, very beneficial in so many ways. that this video can go forever if I explained all the reason why. In a lot of cases, it's a good idea not to give a fuck. The reason why it is worded in this way as an art form, because you have to know where to apply this energy in the aspects of your life. Of course, you have to care about certain things, but also it can be harmful to care too much about certain things, mainly things that you cannot control. We need to stop putting forth so much of our energy, attention, and brain power to things that are not under our control. You are either a person that understands the art of not giving a fuck very well, or you're a person that needs to incorporate this energy into your life. In terms of caring about what people think, caring about how you're going to do your hair, what type of clothes to wear, caring about what kind of car he driving, caring about, all these things. This is where the art of not giving a F applies. The customer's always right. There could be somebody that is in your life or in your energy that you have to just make them feel like they won. Make them feel like they're right. The energy of the customer is always right is not just putting your head down and allowing somebody to treat you any type of way. This is an energy that I like to think about in terms of the workplace and out of the workplace. This is a very important rule, especially in the workplace, when you are dealing with clients, customers, or even other co-workers. Getting into confrontation at work can put your job in jeopardy, the other person's job in jeopardy if it's a coworker. Anyways, the point is, sometimes you got to make a person feel like they right in order to diffuse the situation and end it. If a person is acting like a child, it's best to just treat them like one, and usually things will die down and get better. That'll end it real quick. So maybe there's someone in your life that is giving you a hard time, just being annoying. And instead of going back and forth with this person, it might just be better for you and the other person to take the higher road and to just be like, you know what, you right. Thank you so much for your opinion. Or is there anything that I can do to help? Type thing. Even in our personal lives, sometimes we have to approach people like we at work in a professional manner, like we dealing with a client or a coworker. Because just because you're not at work doesn't mean you can't get yourself caught up in a situation that can be damaging to your life or your character, or just to like limit chaos in your life. I think I got that out. Okay, so moving on. For the Page of Swords, I have unrealistic expectations. Maybe you have unrealistic expectations about something. Maybe you are hoping for an outcome that is just not possible, or not possible at this time. A scenario, a relationship. You want your ex to be the person that you see them as being in your mind's eye. You see this person's full potential, But this person doesn't even believe in that themselves. They don't even believe in their own full potential. So they could never be this person that you want them to be because they don't believe it themselves. When you are dealing with a person, a place, or a thing, any type of situation you're in where you are dealing with energies outside of yourself, you can never assume anything. You can never expect something more than what the person is willing to give. And if you do, maybe the disappointment is what you need in order to gain clarity to move forward. And with this page of swords, like I was saying before, looking back, he's looking back at something, but his body is moving forward. I don't know why that I'm zeroing in on that, because we all do that, don't we, right? A lot of times we like to think we moved on from something, whether it's a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a job, an idea, any relationship. But then we steady looking back. Something happens in our lives or in our heads that makes us go back for whatever reason, whether it's comfort, security, fear of the unknown. This energy wants you to do what you need to do to gain the clarity you need, but move forward. Get the information that you need by revisiting your past in your head. Don't put yourself in danger, but make sure whatever you find, you can move forward without having to continue to look back again. And don't expect anything more than what you've already gotten, because it probably won't be any better than that. I have "Don't be afraid of your gifts" on my table underneath the King of Wands. Don't be afraid of your gifts. And this is perfect because the King of Wands, that energy is definitely not afraid. Like I said before, this energy is certain of himself, certain of what he can do, and certain of what he cannot do. The divine is asking you to reassess yourself, highlight your strengths, and tap into them. Don't be afraid to use the power that Almighty Most High has given you as a product of being a human being, as a product of being a creation of the divine. Don't be afraid to hurt people's feelings. When our feelings get hurt, we are being prepared for expansion, period. When you hurt somebody's feelings, you're not hurting them. But discernment is also a thing as well. You can't just go around doing bogus things to people. That's not what I mean. In terms of expressing yourself and doing what you need to do to stay on your high vibrational path, if you got to tell somebody something that is not going to make them feel good, do it. Maybe that is your gift. Because the throat chakra keeps coming into mind. I do have light blue up here. Maybe it's something that you need to say. You have the gift of gab. And I don't just mean you're just good at talking shit. What I mean is you're a good communicator. You appreciate communication. And maybe you've been around people that don't appreciate that. Maybe you've been around people that want to shut you up or keep you silent or water you down in some type of way. Part of our gifts is to express ourselves. And it can be a very challenging obstacle to release ourselves from our trauma that has put boundaries and limitations on our lives and our self-love, to be able to fully and genuinely express ourselves in our authenticity. That's what I'm getting here. Your full-blown authenticity awaits you. And don't be afraid to express yourself and to communicate, even though it might feel uncomfortable. If it's coming from your heart, then it's the right thing. Live through your heart space. I'm going to pull some healing energy oracle messages to blend all of this beautiful energy that I co-created with the divine today. I just saw the numbers 33 in my mind's eye, which reduces to the number 6. I've been seeing 33 quite a bit. Healing energy oracle messages for the collective, please. Hoo-hoo! Beautiful. Thank you. I love this. The first healing energy oracle message is called Choice, and it reads as follows. I choose serenity, light, and positive energy. No matter what I go through, I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God. Beautiful. This is further confirmation of the messages that I've received so far. You have to rise above your fear. Put your attention towards Almighty Most High and your spiritual team, and the smoke will clear, the clouds will fade, and the skies will clear for you. The next healing energy oracle message is called Unconditional Love, and it reads as follows. My heart is free from resentment towards others. I open the eyes of my heart and discover the light and beauty in every being. I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. This is a beautiful message, and it definitely aligns with what is being discussed here. My heart is free from resentment towards others. Maybe you have to look back at situations of your past that may have hurt you greatly and reassess what is weighing in your heart as a result of these situations, as a result of these people, places, and things that may have hurt you. Find it. Find any resentment or any impure energy that you may feel about your trauma, so you can turn that head forward and keep it moving without having to ever look back again. I'm pulling activations to bring this beautiful energy home within the collective. The first activation is called Soul Time, number 40. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. This relates directly to the hangman here. Allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge. Look at life through the eyes of the divine, through the eyes of spirit. The next activation is called Fertility, number 27, that reduces to 9. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. Expression, there it is again. That throat chakra is definitely present. The throat chakra energy is definitely present here. It is immensely important that we grab hold of whatever things that we need to help us express our authenticity and use it. Thank you all for coming through to check out what's on Karma's table. If you want to like and subscribe, go ahead, but no pressure. Know that you are the lead character in your life. Everyone else is just a supporting role. And if they don't support you, they shouldn't be in your movie. Remember that you are loved and we are the highly favored.